Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Live with Liz, where we talk about legal marketing and business development for law firms. Most of the law firms we work with are in the business to business space, and often they are international. Now, I was having some technical difficulty getting started this morning, so if one of you kind people watching could let me know that you could hear me, that would be great. Thank you. And let's get into it. Today, we're talking about referral marketing, which, if you don't know, is still kind of the number one way to get new business at a law firm. It's the most cost effective in terms of the return on investment that you can hope for. The Legal Marketing Association. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you letting me know. Hey, Leah, good morning to you. The Legal Marketing Association has some statistics available that are for the United States primarily, but that explain what you get in return for the dollars that you invest. And you can really see how cost effective it can be to get business from happy clients, which is something that intuitively you might feel, but you might not have a way to put some figures on it, which can be helpful to inform what investments you make regarding business development in terms of referral marketing. But what is referral marketing? What are we talking about? We're talking about word of mouth. We're talking about happy clients. So the key to referral marketing is happy clients and being memorable in their minds when it comes to getting new business from the work that you've already done to dazzle your existing client base. But how do you do that? I mean, just wander around to conferences and grow your network and hope for the best? Or do we get a little more strategic about it and say, okay, you've got these happy clients, you know which ones they are, and maybe there's a way to leverage that happiness into actual new business for you? Yes, there is. The way, one way, there are many, I would start with testimonials because they have a longer shelf life. And sometimes you might not even think at the end of your process to say, hey, client who's happy, can you make a statement for me? Would you mind giving me a LinkedIn recommendation? Would it be possible for you to do a Google review or a Facebook review? And this accomplishes a lot of different things. In a way, it gives you a touch point to thank the client for their business again, to be in touch with them. And another way, if they respond positively, and not everyone will, some companies have strict policies against publicly supporting people, just kind of go with the punch, but understand that there's still value in asking. And when they say yes, and you get a 5-star review on Google, or you get a snippet that you can use on your website, you have this visibility and this credibility that you've gained from the services that you've provided. And it's something that visibility really helps when it comes to getting new referrals and to being found. We talk about visibility a lot, and it's no different for referral marketing in terms of necessity. You have to be visible, but the way to have people call you to mind can be difficult in the moment. I find that that's true the longer and longer my career goes, that I don't necessarily remember who I worked with in Macau 12 years ago. So when people ask for a referral, how do I find them? And right now, for me, the number one way is through LinkedIn. So I would say for referral marketing, don't think only of those business development opportunities and networking events where you can get in front of people or entertaining clients. Think about that marketing strategy a little more deeply and focus on some of those channels online that can really help shine a light on the work that you've done that's good, because you want to be thought of for the quality work that you deliver. So referral marketing starts with the quality work. Happy clients can share that with their adoring public, and that can lead to new business for you in a very cost-effective way. So on LinkedIn, when I'm thinking about, who am I going to send this referral to? I'm going to check and look at my connections and do a search and say, who do I know? Who's my first degree connection in Kenya? I need to look that up because I don't remember off the top of my head who I used, whether they were good or not. But if there's been another touch point over the years, if I've fostered a relationship or if they've fostered a relationship with me, I'll probably think about them first of mind rather than having to go do the search. So you've got a couple of different angles that you're playing all at the same time to really be front and center when people have those referral opportunities arise. Now, I think a lot of people nowadays know that it's important to get those recommendations on LinkedIn and to have those testimonials, but showing up at those networking events is still important. And so is choosing the right events for you that give you the opportunity to showcase that work, maybe with clients, maybe with potential clients, maybe with other referral partners. Now, uh, for most lawyers in the United States, you're going to think maybe right away to some of the more obvious ones. Maybe it's a bar association event. But I say dive deeper and consider your whole year and your investments and have an overall strategy about where you're going to spend your time and where you're going to invest your money to show up and be visible in these spaces to get that kind of referral business. A lot of times, this is something that I use as a replacement or as a benefit for reciprocity, as something instead of reciprocity, where you're working with attorneys who don't necessarily have work to send back and forth to each other. And referral marketing can be crucial in this space when it comes to international work and you're working across borders in different jurisdictions. There are different expectations when it comes to sending work back and forth. I often let people know that this is not as important or looked at the same way in the United States as it is elsewhere in the world, where there could be this very direct expectation about what on earth, Mariana, what does that mean? Good morning to you. This expectation that if I send you work, you're going to send work back to me. But that referral business could be just as or more important than a direct return of work from one-to-one of this person. So I might really want to work with an attorney in another country. They have a great reputation. I've been referred to them, but maybe they don't have work to send back to me. So I'm going to maybe consider someone else. Think for a minute. Can that person who was working with you, do they have a big network? Do they have a lot of good clients? Is there a way that perhaps even a statement from them or introductions from them to their network could be more beneficial for you in terms of referral business than the actual case for case return of work from those people? So I think that is kind of the mentality that leads to a lot more success with referral marketing than this general expectation of one-for-one work through your network. And I think also it's maybe looked on in a better light in the US market than abroad. So I love this conversation that's going on in the comments. I don't know which platform people are on, but this is hilarious. You're making my day. I don't know what a happy towel day is. Great. Okay. Maybe that's a holiday that I haven't thought of. Anyway, happy clients are indeed the best referrals. Definitely true. So there are some other ways that I often get asked about, and one of them is a referral network. And referral networks are interesting. There are these lawyer membership clubs, basically, that you can join that are intended for the purpose of actually sending referrals between each other and getting to know each other for the purposes of work. I think this happens organically in different spaces. Obviously, we use LinkedIn for this prolifically in IP at least, but these referral networks, a lot of them have been around for a long time, and some of them have more value than others for different reasons. But and people ask me, is it worth it to join a referral network? Is it worth it to be a part of it? The people I know who are successful with referral networks are the ones who are putting the effort into making them successful. So I would say if you're considering joining a referral network, like Lex Mundi or there's so many, I think there are 40 on the top ranked list, but International Referral is one that comes to mind. If you're thinking about that, consider that you need to put time and effort into it to make it successful. If you think you're just going to pay a membership fee and that people are going to start sending referrals to you, like the way you invest in an advertisement or a sponsorship or a profile that's enhanced on some sort of platform or directory, and you think that's just going to lead to referrals coming in and in and in, that may not be the case. In these referral networks, you also still need visibility. You also still need to participate. Sometimes they have networks, but the point is being memorable and being thought of in the moment when somebody has a request for the legal services that you're providing in the space that you're providing them. And so that portion of it can be valuable, at least in these referral networks. You know that the intention is to send work back and forth and to make these partnerships and relationships last that get you new business. And they're focused on it, so they can definitely be beneficial. But if you're just going to join and pay a membership fee and then never log into the network and never publish anything, never participate in their events, well, it would be no wonder that you didn't receive a lot of work out of it. I mean, that's maybe just kind of like an advertisement. Maybe you'll be lucky to get a referral, maybe not. It's a super nerd day. Oh, I love it. Okay, great. You guys are hilarious. This is wonderful. Okay, so joining a network, that is one way, and it can be successful. I've had success with them directly myself, and it can be successful for you too. And I would even say that's a good starting point. If you know of people in your group who are in these networks, having conversations with them about it is a good conversation to have at these conferences. If you're meeting with an attorney and you've looked them up ahead of time and you can see they're a member of a specific network that you don't know about, ask them. And speaking of asking them things, ask for the referrals. This is something that I think people don't talk about enough directly. They don't think about it. But if you know that somebody has referral work, even in those conversations about reciprocity, don't be afraid to ask for it and say, think of me next time you have somebody asking for business or something in my jurisdiction. I'd love to be there for them. And, in my case, when I send referrals in the United States, I mostly cannot receive any referral fees. So often it's when you're receiving a referral from me, the lucky few, my best friends, right? If you're receiving a referral from me, it's genuine because I admire your work, or I have a reason for referring you because I've thought of you in connection with the legal services that you provide, and know that I am not getting a kickback for those, because in the US, it's mostly prohibited for me to share fees with lawyers. I'm not a lawyer. So in that sense, these referrals maybe even be more esteemed from me, right? It's really an honor for you to get a referral from me, let's face it. But if you have those chances to share in referral fees, that is okay. There are business relationships where even where I have referral arrangements with people and say, I'll send this work to you and I'll take a 10%, 20%, whatever it is, a friendly thank you. And that thank you is super important. Gratitude is another part of that referral relationship, fostering and nurturing that relationship to get more referrals. Now, I may not be able to share in a fee from someone, but when you thank me, even the thank you email, I appreciate it so much. If you go out of your way to send me a WhatsApp message and say, hey, Liz, I got that referral from you, much appreciated. Let's have coffee at the next conference. Even if it never happens, that touch point, that gratitude that you're showing me is much appreciated. I feel like, okay, I didn't waste my time with this person. They've acknowledged this referral. It's very useful to have that conversation continuity when it comes to these referrals that you're making. And okay, if you want to send me a Starbucks gift card, that's okay too. Don't send me Starbucks gift cards. It's really fine. But the point is, this is all about relationships. It starts with quality work, leads to happy clients, leads to referral business. But you have to be memorable in the minds of those satisfied clients in order for it to be successful. And that's the part that we want to focus on when we look at these investments and becoming visible. And we look at our time, we look at the different tools we can use, at the communication methods, but we ask and we say, hey, happy client, please leave me a testimonial. Please leave a good word. Some 5 stars would be great. A high five, a LinkedIn recommendation. Thank you very much. It's been such a pleasure to work with you. And then from there, we just kind of grow and we get those referrals over time through all these methods that we're talking about. Be strategic about it. Consider the spend. Use your CRM to understand your relationships better. And let us know if you have questions. We are always happy to take those one-off questions at solutions@firmforward.com. And I'm running out of time. Thank you for joining me on this week's Live with Liz. Hope you'll join me Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Houston time, that's Central Time in the US, for business development and marketing chats related to law firms. Take care, everybody.